What's up? It's Lip Service. I'm Angela Yee.
I'm Gigi McGuire.
I'm Stephanie Santiago.
I'm Aaliyah Jay.
And Romi Chase.
Yeah, the right line. I like
Not for nothing, but this is a test. Okay, we always just go in, and some people get it, some people don't.
Yeah, y'all got it. I love that. Like,
yes, some people sit here like.
Oh, and we do want to shout out to Love Kia Boutique. She actually made us these lip service pillows.
This is the update.
We had some before. These are the updated ones. Yeah, so we appreciate it.
Thanks, Love Kia Boutique. Oh, and the candle.
Yes, I know y'all have a lot to say about these wore out couches, but these pillows make us feel brand new.
Right.
Exactly. A lot has happened on these couches.
Let's not talk about that.
not while we're here. Right. But let's
exactly. Not while we're here.
So today is all about content creation. And we have some very established content creators with us. And so let's start with you, Romi. So let everybody know who you are.
Hi, guys. I'm Romi Chase, plus size model, social media influencer, and an independent adult content creator.
Okay. And we have your vagina here, just so people know.
I just launched my first personal stroker.
A stroker.
Wow. It's called a stroker. I cannot say fleshlight because this was not made by the fleshlight company.
Okay.
So it's called a stroker.
You be stroking.
Stroker.
Stroke that thing.
It's for you.
So we were having a conversation about it earlier, and we were trying to figure out the mold. Is it just of the outside, or do they actually go in and take a mold of the inside? But I think I figured it out by looking at the box. So it's just like the outside of what your vagina looks like. Yeah,
the mold is just molded into perfection in the exact replica of my vagina, okay?
That's nice.
If you
your
get
vagina?
Yes,
it's
my
right
vagina.
There.
Oh my goodness. So if you look at it, that's exactly what my pussy looked like. Okay.
But it says inside there's like bumps and stuff on here.
Yeah, that's for,
for the pleasure. Ridges and
texture.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah.
So you get to get, the ultimate experience. So.
And there's all different kinds of packages, right, that you can get with this.
What do you mean?
Like, I think one of them comes with like, isn't there like deluxe packages?
Oh yeah, you can use this separately and use it manually. It's just a stroker, or you can purchase it together with Keon, which is like the new technology that'll provide the automated experience. So if you put the toy into the Keon and push some buttons and adjust the length of strokes and speed, it'll do the job for you.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So basically jack you off. Okay?
So is that cheating or?
Well, I don't think so. I mean, what's the difference between this and jacking off, really? I mean.
It's your vagina.
But it's only it's only what it looks like.
Not my vagina.
It's only the what you see, not what you feel, right? You see your vagina, but the inside isn't what you feel like in the inside. So.
I mean.
Could be.
It technically is an exact replica of my vagina.
Yeah, inside.
So that was my question from the beginning. Internally as well.
So let's introduce Aaliyah Jay before we move any further. So Aaliyah Jay. Hi. Now we know you from your tutorials on makeup, and now you're also relaunching your clothing line.
Yes, I am. It's called Twisted Saints. And so I just launched my first collection a couple weeks ago, and it went really well. So I'm super excited about that.
Congratulations.
Yes,
thank you.
That's huge.
Yes, it is.
And you came in here dressed all cute, so you're a good walking billboard for yourself.
They didn't get to see your whole look with the coat, but
Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, so I'm a content creator. So I'm trying to transition into being a full-time fashion designer.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I love it.
Well, we're here to support.
Yes.
And
thank
help.
You.
Now, cheating, is that cheating, you think? Like, okay, say your man had, this particular Romi Chase stroker. Would you feel weird about that?
No. I would not.
Okay.
It's an open-minded.
Yeah, I'm into that. I took my boyfriend at the time to the sex store, and I tried to get him to get one.
And he wouldn't do it.
He was not with it. I'm like, this is fun.
But if you think about it, like I assume you guys have dildos, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah.
Is that cheating?
I don't think so.
That was a rhetorical.
You can definitely buy a male porn star dildo.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't see how that's, cheating at all.
Does anybody use dildos, or do people use vibrators? Right?
Well, I prefer to vibrate.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I can't get into vibrators. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it just like, I need a dildo.
The real thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I need.
Have you tried the dick and vibrator combo?
I haven't.
Wait, what is it?
Should I?
Using the vibrator while you're having sex.
Oh, okay.
I tried the vibrator and I just didn't care for it. Like it felt good, but it just didn't like hit the spot. Mm-hmm. So I just never used it again.
So it didn't make you orgasm?
No.
But you tried it only once?
Yeah.
Go
Should
back.
I try it again?
Guys don't make you come every time either.
Hello?
Okay, let's be clear.
Hello. Sheesh.
She said this ain't hitting like it's supposed to.
Right. You might have to get a different vibrator. You know, you might need a little more vibration.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I probably got to try them out and just experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I want to talk about some things that y'all have been putting on your, well, let's get into some history first. So Romi, you're from Poland.
Yes.
And you were an English teacher.
I was, yes, before I got into adult content
And people
creation.
used to tell you to cover yourself up.
They did. As you can see, I'm very busty, very thick. That is definitely not a beauty standard in Poland. In Poland, in order to be considered attractive, you got to be skinny. A blonde, skinny girl, no boobs, no hips, blue eyes, all that. So I definitely didn't fit the standard. And like, I got a lot of shit for it. And then, you know, I got into teaching. I was bullied a lot. Then I got into teaching, and there was one situation that was crazy. This kid, he was 13, 14 years old, maybe, one of my students. He said, I got a boner when I saw your ass. And I was his teacher.
Oh,
now, this was
hell
horrible.
That
So I
is
called
out
the
of line.
parents. The dad came, and instead of like, you know, teaching him a lesson, he literally knocked the shit out of him right in front of me.
Wow.
So that was just crazy. It was a crazy story. It was horrible. And then, you know, just my principal, instead of, you know, taking my side, I was dressed appropriately. He body shamed me.
Wow.
And, you know, there was a lot of different things. But yeah, teaching wasn't for me. Not only, you know, the treatment, all this stuff, but I didn't feel good having to follow the curriculum and always have to clock in and listen to somebody. And I feel like I'm the leader, like I'm a leader by nature. So, you know, I quit that.
You're like, I'm more of an
a boss
entrepreneur.
at
than-
Right,
Yeah.
totally.
Is what I am.
And so I quit teaching.
And then you moved.
And I moved to the States.
Yes. And they love a thick girl here.
Yes,
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly what happened. I came to the South. My first city I came to in America was New Orleans, actually.
Oh, they love you in New Orleans.
So I stayed in New Orleans. I stayed in Alabama for a little bit, just all over the South, really. And so I definitely got a lot of attention. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, let me just try to like register on like Model Mayhem, one of these, you know, social media, just put myself out there and see what happens. And I got a lot of responses.
Well.
And like shortly after that, I was just like, fuck it, you know, let me just.
Listen, girl, use what you got.
I love
get what
it.
you want. Okay.
You gotta make that money. Especially, it was very hard for me because I was a fresh immigrant. I didn't have my green card yet,
So you couldn't
I
work.
couldn't get a legal, real job.
Oh, wow.
I had to hustle.
So you had to get your hustle
I
on.
had to, right? So that's how I got into content creation, and I got into fetish wrestling and all that kind of stuff.
Fetish wrestling. Explain that.
Yeah, what is
Yes.
that?
Fetish wrestling. As you know, I'm a big girl, BBW. A lot of men are into seeing a big girls wrestle and abuse a scrawny guy.
Oh, wow. Learn something new every day.
I was physically.
Aaliyah Jay, you have any scrawny guys you want her to wrestle and beat up?
I need you to body slam a couple of them, okay? Seriously.
So I was beating up and humiliating very small, scrawny guys, 4'11", 100 pounds for money.
Wow. And they loved it. Yeah,
they loved it.
Literally.
They loved it. They had a chastity cage on during the wrestling thing and everything.
Why do
Where's-
men love being
where's
like
Dan?
humiliated? That's crazy.
Where's Dan?
It's more. I feel.
We got space right here, Dan.
Oh my God.
Yeah, why do guys love that?
Your hands.
I feel like personally, I think it's because of like the standard role of a man in society is to be the boss.
Yeah.
I have to provide. I have to take
Dominate.
care of things. And, you know, they want to feel vulnerable too every now and then. So they definitely like this, you know, big dominant woman telling them what to do. It's kind of like that. You know, it's just for the same reason why female CEOs and entrepreneurs like to be, you know, choked and fucked hard and stuff and dominated a lot of times. Now, I'm not saying all of them, but a lot of times.
Aaliyah Jay, you're a CEO and an entrepreneur. Do you like that?
Absolutely.
I love
Yes,
that shit.
man.
about giving up control every now and then.
You want to know what it is? Being an entrepreneur and CEO, you have to really be like in your masculine energy.
Yep.
So when you can be submissive, you want it like all the way. Like,
Yeah.
I'm really just now learning that. Like, I'm just now learning that. Like, I'm like super masculine. There's like no guy that has ever made me feel like I want to be submissive and just like, I just want to be like a little bitch.
Right. Make you feel safe enough where you're like, take control, take charge,
Yes.
I'll do whatever you. So no one's ever made you feel like that.
I mean, at times, but then it gets to a point where I have to be like, all right, now I gotta boss up on this nigga. Like, now I gotta get rough because now he playing with me. And then after I get that way, I can't go back.
Damn.
That's true.
Yeah, it sucks.
That's just like, see, she doesn't give people a chance, man. That's why she did that vibrator one time.
And that was it.
No going back.
Go back, girl. Trust me.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta get a good one.
I need some recommendations of like
Yeah.
the ones that I need to get because I don't.
We'll talk after.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
We'll talk.
Now, Aaliyah Jay, what's going on with you now? Because like you said, you are a boss, you're an entrepreneur. You said you have a lot of masculine energy. So what kind of guys have you been dating? Are you single now?
Whew. So yes, I am single.
So that's a new thing.
Yes, it is new. Freshly new too. Like probably like 2 months now. So I'm at a point where I'm trying to figure out what I like, really, because I feel like everything that I did like, I don't know. I kind of just want to try something new, you know? Like, I just want to like do something different, try something new, go this way, go that way. I just want to just have fun and explore, really.
So like being single, you like being single right now.
Yeah, I really do like it. I
Okay.
love it. I absolutely love it.
And why did y'all break up?
Really, I just felt like I just wanted to think about myself this year. I just wanted to have fun. Honestly, I've never been single in my life.
Yeah, you
wow.
do. Yeah, you always
I've
have. And you might be
never-
private about your relationship, but everybody knows you're in one.
I've never been single in my life. So this is really my first time being single, which is so crazy because I'm 27. Like, I should have been single a long time ago. But I'm like at a point where, you know, I don't have kids. I don't have no husband. I really don't. The only responsibility I have is me. And if I could keep that for however long I can,
Girl,
I need to
hold
do
on
that.
to it,
Right.
girl.
Yeah, like I'm not about to rush into nothing. I be seeing stuff happen. I'm just like, nah, I don't want to go there.
But you said you want to have kids in 2 to 3 years. I saw you post.
I did say that. I did say that.
So you got about 2 to 3 years to live out your single life before it's time to settle down so you can drop these babies.
Yeah, I mean, maybe like 2 to 5. Let's say 2
Okay,
to 5.
2 to 5.
2 to 5
She's
sounds
extended
ideal.
it.
Yeah, I extended it because I'm actually having a lot of fun. So
Yeah.
I might need more time. I might need
I'm
more
also
time.
a serial relationship person, right? I'm
Yeah.
always in a relationship. And I was just single for 2 years and it was good. I had a lot of time to like reflect and like really like work on me, as cliche as that sounds, but it's really a thing. And when I was when my guy that I love so much, because I'm so in love, y'all. My boyfriend, when the relationship fell into my lap, I feel like I was ready.
You had cleared the slate.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
feel like I was ready. And I feel like I had just moved back to Atlanta and single for about 2 years, and I just, you know, doing me and not having any, like you said, no responsibilities, nothing to, you know, look after or anything. And I really like had a clean slate.
Nice to be a little selfish too sometimes when you're so
Yes.
concerned.
And now I'm
Because
so
it can be
good.
really
Oh my
stressful to be
gosh.
in a relationship when you're arguing all the time, or when like you got to be like, man, is he gonna be mad if I do this? Like, you know, that's stressful.
What is so stressful? Like, I've never had this much fun before ever in my life because I'm always worried about like the person I'm in a relationship, making sure they're okay. Like, I'm a Cancer, so I'm super sensitive and I'm like always in love. So it's like, I don't know. I've just never been here in my life, but I'm really excited. I love
What's
it.
yours?
Good for
Enjoy
you.
it.
I love this for you. Yeah.
Enjoy it, girl.
That's what I love.
It's really myself this year. I swear to God, like 8 minutes into the new year, I realized it was 2022. I was like, it's 2022. Like I literally started shaking and I was like, okay, wait, something like I gotta fix myself. Like I have to think about myself this year and just put myself first.
Yes.
And so you
Seriously.
knew you were going to relaunch your clothing line at that point? When did
Yeah.
you decide that?
So I was working on it for like 6 months to a year. And so it just so happened that it just like all happened at the same time. But yeah, I've been working on that for like 6 months to a year. So it just happened. Yeah.
Romy, what's your situation? What kind of guys are you attracted to, and what kind of guys do you attract? Because sometimes it's not the same thing.
Right. Okay. So first of all, I'm single right now, and it's very hard for me to find a man. Now, because of what I do, men just either don't take me seriously or they just assume that I'm a whore, and they immediately turn on the freak mode. They're like, oh yeah, let's get free. Like, slow down.
Yeah.
Wine and dime me, okay?
Right?
Yeah, like
That's
relax.
business.
dinner, no wine.
That is a problem. And also the problem is a lot of men are not okay with what I do. They're not okay with the, DMs that I'm getting and the fact that I entertain men for free sexually, that I show myself naked for money. They don't like that. A lot of them cannot handle it. They get possessive. They get jealous. And then on top of this, I feel like I have pretty high standards. I wouldn't say looks-wise, because I really don't care. And I know a lot of people say this, looks doesn't matter. But they don't really matter to me at all. What matters to me is, do you have your shit together? Like, because I cannot do stupid and I cannot do bum, okay? If you were a bum.
I cannot do stupid and I cannot do bum.
And that doesn't necessarily mean
caption.
rich or whatever.
Although your OnlyFans says cheap men, please keep out.
Yes, it
Yes,
does.
okay, it does say that.
Period.
No, that
Okay.
yeah,
Period.
please don't waste my time. Okay. Now I don't, when I say that doesn't mean rich, I don't mean broke and dusty. Okay, let's just get that right.
And cheap is different because you could be
be rich and still cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
My point is, I want the man to be ambitious, to have a plan for the future. Like, if you're just temporarily switching jobs and just not doing too good right now and all that, that's fine with me. You don't have to pay my bills. I do very well financially for myself. I don't need you to take care of me. But I do need you to be ambitious and have a plan for the future, so I know that we can build together rather than you just, being a bum. And
What if he was like, I don't want you doing this anymore. No more OnlyFans.
Oh, then he can go fuck himself, honestly. Because no, I'm not. I'm independent. I've always been. And, the man, that's not given. He can leave me. I can leave him. We can, everything can happen.
Right.
And I built this business myself from scratch. So
This is how you met me. You knew what I was doing.
Right. And that's exactly it. I mean, you see a lot of men, like, they fall in love with a stripper and all of a sudden they're like, oh, you shouldn't do it. Motherfucker, you knew what I did when
Monday.
you saw me, right? So you're either okay with it or we cannot do that, because I'm not about to give it up.
Okay.
I've come way too far.
Fair enough.
So
Listen, I've made that mistake before.
Oh yeah.
Again, it's Monday, so I have on my Magic City hoodie. But I used to be a stripper. I used to work at Magic City, and I quit because my ex didn't want me to dance anymore. And
How did that work out?
I mean, we were together for 11 years. There was a few breakups, but a total of 11 years we were together. And that was the breakup that I had 2 years ago when I moved back to Atlanta. So clearly it didn't work out. But I regret giving up my freedom. So one of the main things, so one of the main things that I'm so grateful for is that I regained my independence.
Oh, I love that.
And in a bigger, better way than I had when I was a dancer. So I'm actually proud of myself.
That is
for
so important.
So proud of you.
Thank you.
That's amazing.
I know. She's been flourishing, so I love to see it.
I love it.
Now, Aaliyah Jay, you tweeted something out, and I want us to all reflect on this. Age brings wisdom.
Yes, ma'am.
Now that I'm older, I don't know what the fuck I was doing when I was younger. I see my younger self as a crazy person.
I think we can all relate to that.
Because with age comes experience.
But let's reflect on some of our young craziness so that we all know we're not alone. Stephanie, we're going to start with you. Your younger crazy self.
it?
What is something that you would say when you were younger was crazy that you did?
Drinking. I don't even remember my 20s. I was drunk every day. Like, no, literally. I when I was younger, I started stripping. I started working in the strip club, not stripping. I bartended. No, I was a waitress in the strip club, not a bartender. That life didn't even exist back then. But I was a waitress and I was drunk from then, and I was 17 years old. I started at 17 working in the club, and then as soon as I turned 18, like just maybe a day later, I started dancing. and I was drunk every day dancing. And then I stopped that. I had a baby, so I stopped drinking for a year, and that's the only year I remember.
Did you feel like that you had to be drunk to dance?
Yeah, please. When I used to work in the strip club, I used to go as soon as I walked in the door, no matter what shift it was, whether it was a day shift or a night shift, I go straight to the bartender and ask for a double shot of Patron. And back in the days, they used to give us, and this is a long time ago, they used to give us, like, you asked for a shot, it would be like that cup. Yeah, filled with Patron. Like, it just maybe a little space in the top of the cup. So I would split that shot. I would get a regular shot glass, split it into 4 shots, and take 4 shots right there before I even got dressed.
Wow.
Yes. And then right before I got on stage, I would do it again. I would take another 4.
Oh my God.
By the end of the night, I would drink a whole bottle of Patron by myself for sure. And I was a teenager. Yeah. And then after I had my son, I probably, I did the family thing. I took a break from the nightlife. And I started modeling. I started working in the entertainment industry and working in the clubs as a bartender. So I was drunk all through that. And then when the modeling thing worked out, I started making money from modeling. I was drunk all through that too.
That's fun.
So yeah, I think it was fun.
She doesn't remember.
I don't remember. But yeah, I definitely could agree with that. I look at my younger self like, why would I do that?
Yeah.
Aaliyah Jay, what were you thinking about when you tweeted that out?
Relationship stuff. So like I said, I never been single. So I was always in a relationship, always got a new guy. If you mess up, bye, on to the next. And to me, now that I think about it, like, that's crazy. Because honestly, I feel like I didn't realize how much I didn't know myself back then.
Right.
Like, I was just doing stuff. I was just outside with this guy, that guy, having fun. If you mess up, get out my face, blah, 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 blah. I'm on to the next. And I just wish that I took time for myself back then. But I mean, everything happens for a reason. I'm doing it now. So.
Did you ever have like an overlap when you would like get out my face and somebody thought y'all were still together?
Yes. Yeah.
Publicly.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely had that. They all think that. Still, to this day, they think you
cheated.
Yep.
Because I remember the main thing. They were like,
that.
she has a side dude.
Yep. They definitely said that. But it wasn't a side dude. I had broke up with my boyfriend at the time. And like I said, I be on to the next.
Right.
Like, it's not
Somebody's
that hard.
waiting always.
Yeah, it's not that hard to get a guy in like a couple hours.
Right.
So I was just on to the next. And it just happened that I was dealing with him for like a few weeks. And then I got back with my boyfriend. And it kind of like
overlapped.
It was like literally like a little overlap when I got back with him. And then I was like pushing him out the way. Yeah, exactly. I was like pushing him out the way. And then like, it was a lot. So.
Did you tell your boyfriend at the time when y'all got back together, like, while we were separated, I did?
He literally knows. He knew everything.
Okay.
Like, he knew everything I did in my past, everything that, like, everybody I was talking to. He knew people I was talking to before we even got in a relationship. Like,
He knew because you told him, or he knew because he knew?
I told him.
Okay.
I told him.
Did he ever throw it back in your face? Because sometimes you tell guys stuff and they use it against you.
No, he never threw it back. Like, we had like a really like good conversation where he told me like everything that he did or who he was talking to or like what he was doing, and he accepted that, we just had a good conversation. So
did it make you mad when he told you what he was doing?
No.
Did you ask, do you want details? Because, sometimes we be okay, so what was this like? So what was she like? So how did y'all meet?
Yes. I was like, how did her ass feel? Like, how did it feel? Like, what was she doing? Like, was she doing this? And he told me everything, and it was just mad funny. I was literally like laughing. But
I don't know if I could want to know all those details.
Yeah, I don't think I want to know.
No?
Because I don't want to picture it. Because now I'm visualizing you with,
I obsess over stuff, so it would just be stuck in my head.
But that's like way before you.
You
so
know
why
what it
does
is?
that matter?
No,
I obsess over it
during the break. Right.
Fair enough.
Well, during the break and like before we got together, like right before we got together, he told me everything. But if it's happening during me, now I'm obsessing. Like, don't fucking play with me. Like,
and I feel like, is he going to be honest? Because like, let's just say your man was like, okay, so we was on a break. You fucked this other guy. Was he better than me? What if he was better than him? You're not going to say yeah.
No, I'm not gonna say that. That's
Right.
OD.
So nobody's going to be honest.
Yeah, that's OD. I mean, I'm gonna tell the truth, but I'm gonna just water it down. Like, yeah, well, we did this, but it was nothing.
I'm at a point in my life.
you're the
If
best.
it was better, I'm gonna just be like, well,
You're gonna say it?
I'm not gonna say it, but
You sure you want to
I
know?
ain't gonna deny it. I'll be like,
Honestly,
well,
I feel like we need to say it.
You do?
Yeah, because I mean, don't be cruel now.
right.
Okay, there are men who are into humiliation. They want to hear how terrible they are and how this other guy fucked you so much better. They like
Oh my
that.
gosh.
But
This guy's
Maybe that makes them do better.
no, they like the humiliation part.
they
they
enjoy
like to be
that.
humiliated. They like you. They want you to tell them that they ain't shit. They ain't never made nobody come.
the
That their
smallest
dick is
dick you've
so
ever
small.
seen, yeah.
That's disgusting. You wouldn't touch it. It looks like a fucking AAA battery. All that stuff. They like that. Okay. No, but the reason why I'm saying
battery.
That was like
Not even a double A. God damn.
no, but yeah, I mean, the reason why I'm saying that we should be honest is because men have such a minimal understanding of like how to be with a woman. Like all they know is like porn, and obviously porn is not real. We're acting in these videos. I'm not a porn star, but I do content that's adult. I act in these videos. I moan. I exaggerate. I talk sexy.
The bag, girl, the bag.
I mean it.
It's not even a secret. It's all out there.
No, yeah,
but I'm just saying, like, a lot of men get it from porn and they don't understand how to do this.
Right.
And if you don't tell him that he's fucking up, he's not gonna know.
But you don't have to tell him somebody was better. You could say,
no, but
That's
if
so
he wants to
mean.
know if he did okay and he didn't do it, because let's be honest, I don't know about y'all, but I've definitely had situations when I had a hookup with somebody and he's bragging about how he's gonna make me squirt all over the room.
Boo.
Right?
Those
And
are the
then
ones who
push
don't do it.
yeah,
push come to shove, he's rubbing on my left flab for like 17 minutes and there's nothing happening. He's like,
my
yeah, I
God.
made you come, didn't I? No, you fucking didn't.
Yeah, you
didn't.
gotta be honest
He
about
needs
that.
to know that, because if he doesn't know that, he's going to continue doing that.
And he should know if he didn't make you come. Like,
Yeah.
Right. So that's why I'm saying we should be honest. Maybe don't be cruel.
Not brutally honest.
Like, don't be
Yeah.
brutal, but
Yeah.
be honest. Like, if you didn't
Do you
like
find
it.
that like the guys who like humiliation are normally the smaller dick guys? Because whenever I see the humiliation, it always is the guys with the small dicks that seem to like it.
Yeah,
Because I've never
mostly.
seen like a big dick guy want that.
Mostly, I do have currently have some fans that are not small, but they convince themselves that they are so tiny. They want to hear that they want to have this small dick. They are into
That is
cuckolding
crazy.
a lot.
Okay,
so
watching somebody else.
they want they're white men, so they want to see me with like a black guy and like tell them that. And the black guy, like, my body's made for the black guy. Like, the black guy is the only one that can fuck me
Why
good.
do you think they like that? What is that about?
I think
That
again,
is
this is
crazy.
about giving up control. A lot of times these guys come from like, maybe troubled homes, and sometimes they have like a very responsible job, and they have to do a lot. Like, they work a lot, and they're lonely, and they're just, sometimes they are just so burnt out, and they've watched so much porn, and normal porn doesn't do it for them anymore.
They need some
So
weird
they
shit.
start looking for crazy stuff, and then
Wow.
and they start searching for pee, and then they start searching for like some vomit play, and then all of a sudden they're into like some even more crazy. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's kind of like that. I've-
What's the craziest
What's
thing?
crazy than pee and vomit? It
Oh,
would have
there's
to be
What's
way
something crazy
crazier.
that you had to say no to?
crazy that I had to say no to.
clutching my
Okay,
pearls.
I don't do vomit. I don't do like scat. I
What's
don't
that?
do pooping.
Okay.
I don't poop on people. I don't do pooping videos. And also, one thing that I do not do is race play. So black men reached out to me wanting me to call them the N-word. I do
Don't
not do that. That's
There's
a
no coming
fetish.
back from that.
That is crazy.
That's a fetish. I definitely say no to that. There's
had a white
no
man
amount of
ask me
money.
if he can
There
call me
was
a
a guy
nigga
who offered me
Are you
$10,000 for it, and I said no. I just
But did he
do
want
it?
it on camera?
yeah.
What if it wasn't on camera? Would you?
No, I just wouldn't, because this is just something that I just don't agree with.
Yeah,
Like, I don't care if
That
that's your
shit would, like,
fetish.
end you. Yeah.
I don't care. I'm not gonna vomit on you. I don't know.
Wait, but
How
You like
would
stick your fingers down your throat?
Same. Like,
And
how
like
would you
vomit.
Gigi, you could do that.
What?
Because
Shut
Gigi
up.
will
I'm
vomit.
not even gonna lie. I've never
been in a club
done
with
That was
it.
drunk vomit.
I've never thrown up on a guy, but I could do it.
You would get if you
do
got
that?
paid.
I mean, not to get paid, but if my guy is like, I'll throw up on the dick, I'm gonna be like,
Honestly, this is pretty basic. Like, there's way crazier things that people are into.
right. That's what I'm saying. I don't think that's that
What could
crazy.
get crazier than shit?
A sprained ankle fetish and act like
What do you do?
You put bandages on your arms and legs and act like it hurts so bad and broken legs.
So like role playing.
But
In a way.
Broken legs.
Like playing doctor.
Yeah, it's a first aid kit fetish.
Oh my
So
goodness.
like the guy's into like the texture of
I
the
mean, I
bandage.
get that.
And then he wants me to like act like my wrists are sprained and my ankles are broken and like I can't move, I can't do anything.
I
and
kind of get it.
this kind of stuff.
weird.
Like,
That's not as bad as throwing up. I still feel like.
throwing
No,
up
but
is
I-
crazy.
no, but
but
it is like
I kind
role
of get
play.
that.
I feel like it maybe not as bad, but it's
weird.
more unheard of. I would say.
Yeah.
'Cause-
What about a baby? Like, has a guy ever wanted to pretend he's a baby?
Oh yeah, adult babies. Oh yeah, I love those. Those are awesome. I do a lot of mommy dom stuff as well. So
Mommy dom.
yeah, like a mommy dominatrix. Like,
Oh, wow.
come to mommy, suck on mommy's titty, and
Oh,
come
wow.
here, baby boy, you like it, you know? Let me breastfeed you, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, there's a
Somebody's
lot of
listening to this with an erection right now.
I'm having a whole Deuce
Get
Bigelow.
some ideas. Like
adult babies. Yeah,
vision in
that's
my
a
head.
common one. That is a very
Remember on
common
Deuce
one.
Bigelow when he dressed up as the baby for the enormous woman?
Yeah.
I don't like doing the live cam,
live cam stuff?
live cam adult baby stuff because a lot of times they will actually poop in that diaper and they try to show it to you, and I don't want to see
Oh
it.
my God. That's
all right,
too much.
they be dragging it. Like
Yeah.
like you drag it.
Yeah, I'ma quit then.
Like you're not really a baby,
That's when
sir.
I tap out.
Aaliyah Jay is like, enough with this content creation. You gotta draw the line. Have you ever dressed up in the bedroom?
Yeah, I have.
What were you?
Teacher.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was. Yeah.
I like role playing. I think
I wanna
that's
see
so
that. You would
fun.
look so hot.
Like that is so fun. Like to act like you're like shuffling through the papers, grading the test, and then he comes over and he like lifts your skirt. I think that's fun.
That's cute. She made
It
it sound
is.
cute.
Yeah, like he's like, hey, like, did I get an A? And just like puts it in. Like, let me get an A. I think that's fun. I
So
like
that was your idea or his idea? I feel like
it's-
it's hard to convince guys to do stuff sometimes too.
Yeah.
Guys
Yeah, it
don't
really-
want to dress up. They want to see you dress up. They don't want to do anything. They
Yeah.
want to just lay there and just you know.
Yeah, I went to the sex store a couple times, and the guys are just like, "What's going on in here? Like, get me out of here!" Like, it's so immature. But yeah, it was my
Yeah.
idea. It's so immature. Like, I wish these niggas would grow up.
But it worked out.
It did.
Once
it
he did
definitely
it.
did.
Did he
definitely
like
did.
it?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, great.
It was really fun.
That's fun.
Hopefully, I could find a guy that is
That you
into
had
it
some
again.
fun with.
Yeah, into all of that.
As the person who's always all over the place, from waking up at 4 a.m. in the morning to having to be on the air at 6 a.m. to doing my podcast, Lip Service, to opening up my coffee shop cup, to also having a juice bar, I maintain a lot of different things. And let me tell you something, I want to be comfortable, but I also want to look cute. I'm always catching flights and I just want to make sure I look put together. That's why I love Viore. You can see I have on the Halo crop funnel neck. It's in charcoal tortoise. And I also have on the boyfriend joggers. Sweatsuits are my go-to, and these are so super comfortable and soft. Viore is an investment in your happiness. For our listeners, they're offering 20% off your first purchase. Get yourself some of the most comfortable and versatile clothing on the planet at Viore.com/lipservice. That's VUORI.com/lipservice. Not only will you get 20% off your first purchase, but you'll also get free shipping on any U.S. orders over $75. And you also get free returns. Go to Viore.com/lipservice and discover the versatility of Viore clothing. How was your Valentine's Day?
It was kind of regular. Literally, I didn't really do anything. Like, I kind of just wanted to be alone. I had like 8 guys ask me to be their Valentine.
Damn.
and I said no.
To
because
all of them? Nobody was a good prospect?
No good gifts?
I just, no, I didn't want it. I don't want it.
We have a gift for you.
Do you?
It's a vibrator.
We want you to give it another shot.
Okay.
Adam and Eve sent these, and we want you to test this out.
Try it out, girl.
So,
I gotta
and
test
it's
it
pretty,
out.
and we know you like pretty things.
Okay, period. Is this a dildo at the end? Because I'll get into it. Look.
Oh,
it could be.
It is.
It looks like it, right?
Yeah, listen, I feel like you got to give it another shot. You tried it one time, it didn't work. You're very open-minded.
I'll give it a try.
Happy Valentine's Day, girl.
Thank
From
you.
service.
All right, now let's talk about some more things that you guys have posted. Now, this is something more about like real life and friendships and all of that. But Aaliyah Jay, you said, whatever shitty energy you people are on, stay on it by yourself. And that is so true.
Period.
And that's something that we've had to learn, like to remove people with shitty energy from your
Yes.
circle. So what made you decide to post that? What were you going through?
Honestly, you know, misery loves company. And people are going to try to suck you into their shit. And really, like, I'm trying to stay aligned so that I can receive my blessings this year. Because if you get off track, you're not going to receive anything. Like the stuff that God has aligned for you, you can't receive it if you're in somebody else's element and somebody else's energy. So I try to protect myself from things that are not sent in good favor and people who prey on me and not pray for me. Period. So yes. So I'm
Definitely
just
like that shit.
I'm not. And you want to know what? I'm kind of a little like firecracker type of person. So I could get out of character very quick. Like I used to be the type of person who would just explode, like super explosive. Like you say something to me, like we fighting. And I'm just not going in no more. Like, say what the hell you want. Like, I don't even give a fuck anymore. Like,
the worst you could do is just cut somebody off. That's going to hurt them more than you exploding. Some people like that reaction.
yes, they really, and that they want you to get out of character because it shows them that they have some type of control. And I learned that this year I'm working on controlling my emotions and controlling what I respond to. Like you can't respond to everything, even if you want to, no matter how bad you want to, no matter how right you want to be and how much you want to be like, no, because this happened.
You got to just let it go.
You can't
You're going to
say
be on
nothing.
Angry Island by yourself.
Literally, like
Angry Island.
literally, like you're not going to get nowhere. So fuck these people. Like they could stay with they mad asses over there. Period.
I felt that.
Yes.
Romi, how was it for you, right? Because you went through a lot before you came here and you were embraced for your curvaceous figure, for being a BBW. So was there ever a time that you felt like, I don't know what I'm about to do with myself?
Since I came to the States or just
No, before
ever?
that, because I can imagine how difficult that is. Like you said, you went through a period where you were a teacher, where people body shamed you until you came here and learned how to be empowered and to feel embraced and loved. So what was that period of time in between though? Because you moved, like you said, to New Orleans. Like what made you even move here?
So like I said before, I couldn't do the 9 to 5. I'm not made for that. I'm meant to lead and be my own boss. And I always knew this, but like, you know, the way I grew up, they always taught me to, you know, go to college, get a good job, you know, the standard stuff. And like nobody taught you that you could, you know, maybe do something else other than just go get a job and work for somebody and, you know, slave for the rest of your life for like 20% of the money. And so I always felt like there was something wrong with that, but I didn't know what because nobody taught me. So by the time when I finally figured out that I was done with that teaching job, I was like, I got one shot. Like I quit my job. I have a little bit saved up. I gotta go. I gotta do something. I've always wanted to come to America. Always. I mean, it's pretty much like every European person's dream to just like at least come visit because America is so glorified on TV in Europe. The movies, the music, everything, you know, they always like feed us like these American things. American this, American means it's good, you know, that's how we feel.
Right.
So I came here and I was like, I got to do something. Like, you know, so like I said already, I didn't have a green card. It takes a long time now. It takes about 2 years to get your papers. And during that time, you cannot get a legal job.
Mm-hmm. You could have married somebody, right?
Well, yes, I could have married somebody for the papers.
She still would have had to.
But you still gotta wait.
Okay.
You still
you
can't
watch 90 Day Fiance. You know they got the
It's not work green from what I see.
You know
I love 90 Day Fiance.
90 Day Fiance. I'm obsessed. I watch every single spinoff,
and I follow all the blog pages of 90 Day Fiance.
So you can't work without your Social Security. You can't do anything. So I had to hustle. Like I said, I had to do the fetish wrestling. I had to do
But how did you even get into that? Like, how did you find out about it? You know?
Yeah. So once I started getting all this attention from men here, I hopped on Instagram and like I started getting followers like out of nowhere because somehow it worked. It started working out for me.
How long ago was that?
That was 3 years ago.
Wow.
Okay.
So it just, I started getting all this attention, all these DMs from it. And I didn't know if because I've never experienced anything like this.
Right.
So I was like, oh, fuck it. I got to do something with that. So I registered on Model Mayhem and I put a little portfolio up online and, started advertising myself that I'll do some gigs. Like I'll do some boudoir shoots and maybe like a little fashion shoot, maybe like a glamour shoot, maybe like then from there, it's actually an interesting story because this guy that originally hired me for the fetish wrestling thing, he lied to me. He told me it was a documentary.
Oh my gosh.
About like women, like empowered women, like learning like self-defense and all that. And I was like, yeah,
he's not with fetish wrestling was empowered women learning self-defense.
I fuck with that. I didn't know because I didn't know who I was gonna wrestle. I had no idea, but I was so desperate for money. I needed to pay bills. I didn't have money at all. Didn't have a job, no money, lived in a shitty neighborhood, shitty house. It was terrible. So I was like, I gotta pay these bills somehow. And I definitely didn't want to, go sell my vagina. Right. I didn't want to do that. So how else, can I do that? So then I went and I did the fetish thing. As soon as I got there.
Like, where's this documentary? Right. How much did they pay you for that?
Peanuts. It was like, I think it was like $400 for like 2 hours or something.
Okay. Wow.
So it's now it doesn't sound bad, okay, but for what it is, it's terrible.
Because he made a lot.
Because he obviously filmed it and he resold these videos and he's still selling them,
right.
because.
But
and then he
time,
probably charged those
money.
guys.
At the time, I didn't know any better and I needed the money, so I did it. But at the moment I stepped in, I saw the guy. I was like, wait a damn minute. He's 4'11". He about 95 pounds. I know this is a fetish. I've seen this. I heard of this. I did it anyway. And then I later down I did a couple more. Mm-hmm. He paid me a little more later. And then I just, then I just realized that he was lying. And I was like, all right, fuck you.
Right.
But by the time I got my social, I got my papers, I had already figured this out. I was like, this is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to do it. Mm-hmm. This is why this is going to work. Next thing I know, I put some savings I registered an S Corp. And I was like, fuck it, I'm going all in.
And there you go.
I just took it
for myself, for my own money.
Yeah.
Right. Let me ask you this. When's the first time you've been with a black guy?
First time I ever fucked a black guy? I think I was about 19.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was in the United States?
No, that was in Poland.
Oh, it was in Poland?
I was in Poland, yeah.
For some reason, I don't even think about black people in Poland.
Because there aren't any.
I know. I'm like, I could be wrong because I've never been there.
Black man in Poland?
He was a basketball player.
Let's go. Overseas, baby.
Right. So, yeah, definitely. Yeah, that
She said because there are none.
There really aren't any. I mean, the only city that you will find black people is Warsaw, which is the capital. Mm-hmm. And it's mostly just Africans. Okay. They have a big community there. But other than that.
Africans and athletes.
Athletes, yes.
It gotta be an overseas, but
that's what happens when you can't make it in the States as an athlete, you go to Europe. Mm-hmm. So it was like the reject, like the basketball reject from America.
Literally,
damn.
No, that's what it is.
No, that's exactly what it is.
some of them that
level of
are
talent to
they
even
either
make it to
didn't make it.
overseas.
No.
They either didn't make it to the league or they retired. Yeah, one or the other.
Yes, you're right.
Or they
either
got
couldn't-
kicked out of the league because they're
one or the
drug
other.
addicts.
Right.
Or get kicked out because that happens
Either,
too.
yeah, either
'Cause
they're
yours
no longer
doesn't
in the
check
league or they couldn't
everything.
make
They
it to
don't
the
check
league.
everything,
So they go
they
to
can
another
still
country.
go
Yeah.
work.
Right.
And yeah, they yeah. So they are terrible here. Good, they go to Europe and they're a star there.
Right.
Yeah.
So
That's crazy.
yeah, the basketball
I know a
player was
couple
my
of
first
those.
black guy ever. It was interesting. For
It was
sure.
interesting.
Yeah, yeah, it was. I enjoyed it a lot. I'm not gonna lie.
That's hilarious. I love it.
And I really didn't have much experience like sexually then. I was like 19. I've probably been with maybe like 2 men like before, So
Was he great? In the bed?
no, he was not great.
Shit.
Not at all. He was
not
actually
even good
matter,
at that.
matter of fact, he was one of those that was bragging about how he's gonna do
Oh
all
my
this
God, the
and all
ones who
that.
brag.
But he didn't do that.
Right.
But
Good
it
dick
was,
moves in
It
silence.
was still
Yeah, exactly. I was just about to say that. You got to be careful for them quiet ones.
Yeah, those are the
I think
dangerous
it was
ones.
That you
Yeah.
Those are the
swirling
hitters.
around on them and they like, girl, yeah.
I think it was
Come on,
mostly
let's
about
go.
aesthetics. He looked
You gotta
good,
be
so I
careful
probably
with
just was
those.
attracted to him physically, and that was probably the biggest part of it, of me
Okay.
enjoying it rather than anything
Like
else.
he looks good. He sucks, but he looks good.
it was probably mostly that.
At least it was fine.
You think you could teach a guy how to fuck?
Yeah.
You can definitely tell them
Yeah.
what you like.
Yeah,
could give
you can
them
tell them what you
instructions.
like, but do they listen? That's the part.
Yes.
A lot of them
That
don't
right there.
listen.
Some things.
You're right.
You said what?
I've taught a guy or two some things.
You
in
have?
my- in my
So
day.
he listened.
Yeah.
A lot of guys don't listen.
Yeah, because they feel like you hurt their little ego and stuff.
Yeah, and it's like I've tried to teach a guy, and it's like you're not even like. Are you hearing me? Wake up!
What did you try to teach them? I'm so curious.
What do you mean? Oh,
Like what?
Like, what'd you say?
Okay, I tried to like tell him like, I like it like this. So I'm like a passionate lover. Like I like a lot of like slow sex and I like to just make love. And he just wanted to just
Bang, 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 bang,
I
bang,
hate
bang,
that.
bang.
God.
like relax,
Calm
bro.
down.
Like, calm down.
Yeah, like
Take it
we not
easy.
rabbits.
Enjoy the moment.
No, literally, like you're gonna get yours,
I
but let
hate
me get
rabbit
mine.
sex.
No, literally, I hate that. So I try to like tell him, like, okay, do it like this. Even in the moment, I was trying to tell him, and it was almost like I wasn't even there.
What?
Yes, it was like I wasn't even there. I'm like, no, do it like this.
And he just kept doing what he was doing.
yes.
terrible.
Because he was being selfish and he was worried.
So
about
yeah,
When a
Selfish.
guy is
basically-
going hard like that and you're like, chill. And
he's worried about himself.
You know what I
It's
like to call this? When men do that, like this is almost as if they're using our body to masturbate.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
No, literally
using
though.
this.
Right. What is the
Literally, though.
difference?
You might
Like,
as well
here,
use a
just
stroker.
use this.
What's
No,
the difference?
seriously, seriously though.
Like, what is the difference between you just
I hate
jacking off
yeah, like I might as
violently?
well not even have sex
So
with
if
you.
so Aaliyah Jay, if you could give a man some tips in the bedroom, what are 3 of the top tips that you would give on how to be better in bed?
How to be better in bed. Okay. First off, why are you like when you're eating it? Why are you going mad hard? Like you don't got to go mad fast. Like
Right.
you don't have
Take
to
your
do.
time.
Yeah, like take your time and be soft. Like our vaginas are very, very delicate. We're delicate women. We're
And there's
soft women.
thousands of
Super
nerve
sensitive.
Yeah, relax. Go easy. Like it don't gotta be all that. Like so
It's not
that's
the last
one.
meal.
Literally, like you hungry, sir? Did you eat today? That's one. And then I think the next one is foreplay. A lot of men don't know how to do foreplay.
Right.
Like you can't just whip your dick out and shove it in there.
expect
Or
it.
they'll like twist your nipple and then try to stick it in like there's something.
Wait, that was
You ready?
funny.
What nipple twister have you been with lately,
no, seriously
Angela?
though.
What in the nipple twister are you talking
You
about?
ready?
No, seriously though. Like they really do that, which is so crazy because it's like I just feel like men just need to relax.
Right.
Like dead serious.
Take your time.
Take your time. Like that's the word today. Relax. That's it.
Don't rush.
Yeah, exactly. And then I guess the last one would be, I don't know. I don't know the last one. I just feel like they just
The
all
last one refer to 1 and 2.
Right.
exactly.
Do you like What about, because you said you like to make
See,
love.
all of the above.
Do you like him to like look in your eyes?
Yes, I love that. I want to be talked to. I want to be. I like passionate.
I was about to say men aren't passionate. A lot of men just, like you said, just want to go after
like
theirs and that's
awkward. Yeah.
it. And they don't even understand that passion is something that women crave.
Yes.
Like we crave that in sensual and intimacy. Like we crave that.
You want to know what though? They don't care. They literally don't care that we crave it or not. They know what they crave, and that's just a pussy for a second. Period. Like that's what they crave, and that's it. But I mean, it takes a special guy to do all of that stuff. They're out there. You just
what's the best sex you ever had?
I don't know. Looks down.
Look, which one of your boyfriends did you like the most? Okay.
Is there anybody that like you stayed with because the sex was so good that you like stayed with them longer than you should have?
Oh, absolutely. It was one long-term relationship that I was in, and it was really crazy. We had a lot of sexual chemistry, but he was like a dumbass, and I just stayed around. And honestly, I even stayed around like after I took my feelings out of it. Like I took my feelings out of it and I would just see him. And at that time, once I took my feelings out of it, he was trying to make it work. And I was just like,
it's too late.
This guy is weird. I'm like, he's weird, but I'm gonna go over his house anyway.
You're, like withdrawing. They know that.
All right, Bruno, I'm on the way.
Yeah. I was like so annoyed with him, but I was like, you know what? I'm like frustrated right now. I just need a little quickie.
Right.
And I'm gonna just go home.
Now that you're single, could he still call you to this day and have a little something, just a quickie?
No, he cannot. Absolutely not.
You hesitated for a second though.
I did. Because
like that deal was wrong.
She hesitated and she said, no, absolutely not.
I did hesitate, but and that's because like, the sexual chemistry was really, really there. But I'm like, seriously, when I say like this year, I'm really like in my element, like you got to be an ill nigga to get with me.
Okay.
Like at this point, because I told you, I've been in so many relationships and I've dated like a lot of different men. And now it's like, you got to have this, and that to even deal with me. So
like, what is this, and that?
Mentally, it's like a mental thing. Like you got to be mentally there. And that's why I say, no, he can't call me because I know he's not mentally there. I've spoken to him and I'm like, okay, he on the same thing. Absolutely not.
So in other words, you outgrew him.
Yeah, literally.
That's
I outgrew a lot of people. Yep.
Sometimes guys are bad for business too, because I feel like if you with the wrong guy, it can affect you negatively so much that it affects you handling business.
Yep. Absolutely.
I mean, yeah, because if you're in like a bad relationship,
I have to agree with that.
you're exhausted. Like these people are exhausting. They're
very draining.
Being in a bad relationship literally makes you want to do nothing.
Whoever you're in a relationship with, you know what I mean? Like if they're just bad for you, you're gonna just feel drained, tired, demotivated, and just like you don't want to do anything. You know what I mean? And like a lot of times people mistake that for depression. But the moment you cut them off, everything else is just
like,
a bad vibe. It's just
that's all
them.
it is.
Like, you are a bad vibe.
Yeah, and like people get on pills for that. People get in therapy. They're like, I'm so depressed. I'm always tired. I'm angry. I bitch all the time. I nag. And all along, it was them. It was that person, that was draining all your energy. And that happens so much.
Romi, how intimidating is it for a guy to be with you? Because you said you're desensitized before we started this about talking about dicks, about talking about that. You're like, people send you dick pics that they want you to rate. So people might feel like she's seen it all. She's done it all.
How intimidating. Well, men are scared of me, period, because I do take dominant approach on my OnlyFans, on my social media. It's not easy to impress me. Like I said, please.
What does work though for you? Like, tell me something that's worked for you that you've been like, okay.
Yeah, there has to be this mental connection. There's no way around it. You have to have your shit together. And if you tell me something and I can sense that you have a plan, that you thinking 15 steps ahead, you're thinking like a boss, I fuck with that because I cannot do bombs. And I just, a lot of people like are so complacent in life. They're like so like
they're
happy.
Getting their little check, coming home every
and I don't stop. Like I've made my first $1 million. I'm trying to make another one? How do I make 5 next year? How do I make 10 in a couple years? You know what I mean? Launch the toy. What's next? You know what I mean? I'm not waiting for this to sell and see how that goes. I'm already working on something new.
I saw you got a whole lot of retweets too. I saw everybody.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just always like trying to figure it out and build a comfortable life for myself. And you know, a lot of men, they don't like that. They're intimidated by that. They're scared of me because they feel like they can't impress me. But
So when's the last time you've been impressed?
Probably maybe a few months ago. Wasn't too long ago. I get impressed all the time. Like,
Tell me what it is though. What it did impress you, like, so people know.
It's just the way the person like presents themselves. Like if they're well spoken and they think before they talk and like they're independent. Like, you know what I cannot stand? People that are like, well, I can't do it.
Right.
It doesn't work.
People who give up.
I can't take this.
Men who give up.
Before I help you solve your problem, come to me and tell me that you tried A, B, C, and this didn't work, and this is why you need help. I hate a defeatist personality. Somebody who's always like, this can't work. That because they do that to you too. They'll be like, oh, that's never gonna work. Oh, that's too hard. All the time.
It's really hard for people to be vulnerable. That's a really vulnerable spot, and like that's really hard to be in. Like, dead serious. I learned that like last year. I'm like, damn, like my ego is crazy. I gotta at least be honest with myself and just say it, because you never know what could come out of that.
Right.
But that's like a really hard place to be in. So I kind of get it, but it's like it's really annoying, like super annoying.
Yeah, like there's so many men that just, you know, this happens all the time. This literally happens every day. They're like, I want to take you out. I want to, like, I don't know, I want to fuck you. I want this, I want that. And let's say there is like a list of things that need to happen before that can even be considered. But they're never going to do that. They're going to, so it's not going to work.
Yeah.
Why are you asking about B if you haven't done A?
Right.
It's always
the process.
Yeah.
I need to see you put some work in.
Exactly.
Right. So yeah, that's
Men have really small egos.
Yeah.
So that's really what it stems from too. Like they really feel incapable. For real.
Yeah.
And you know, sometimes you be trying to encourage them and they don't like that either. Like sometimes guys have a problem asking for help.
For sure.
Let me ask you this. Did y'all watch Tinder Swindler?
I did.
I didn't watch it because everyone was telling me.
I watched it.
Everyone was telling me what happened. So
on Valentine's Day.
You said what?
Me and my boyfriend watched it together on Valentine's Day.
Honestly, I think that shit was badass.
I didn't get a chance to watch. Everybody showed me the story.
I know, but you know, you should still see it yourself. It's interesting.
This guy had a whole ecosystem on how to scam women.
What's crazy is that, like,
How did he do that?
The reason he got these women is because he was bringing them on a private jet, flying them out. They thought that he had so much money. They fell in love because they were looking for love. They were on these dating sites, you know, trying to find a man. And they think, cha-ching, I hit the jackpot.
They all had the same
His dad is like a diamond. He sells diamonds. He comes from this rich family. He did put them on a private jet at first.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
So he did have money.
It was a
he had money from them.
It was
Right.
Okay.
So like, let's say I use money from you to pay for her.
How did he meet
and
these
then get
women?
money from me
On
and take my money to
on
take
dating
her out.
sites.
Online, Tinder Swindler.
Tinder Swindler.
And then look, but then after that,
Tinder?
right, you start feeling like, oh my God, because then he would be like, oh, my security guard got beat up and they're doing this and now.
dead.
And then you're feeling like, I have to help him. And I'm thinking to myself, what if I was dating somebody, they treated me so good, did all this shit for me, and then they send me a picture of their security guard beat up. I'm
And
thinking
bloody.
his dad owns this diamond, like,
bloody.
yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, he needs my help. And now I have to help him.
I feel like I'd have fell for this.
And that's
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I feel like
we probably would fall for it.
$25,000.
Shout out to every guy who has put me on a private jet. I appreciate you. God bless you. But don't call me when your enemies are after you. I'm not sending you my credit cards. It's not happening.
That's crazy.
Because I feel like there's
God
a limit to
bless
how
them
much
all.
money. I'm not like taking out a line of credit.
Yes, I was about to say
And I'm not
that.
getting a loan.
They were taking out loans, like payday loans and lines
Not
of
a
credit.
loan.
I'm
They
never
were
doing that.
They were getting
Like
they were
OD.
getting
I mean,
him
hella
as
loans.
authorized
Hella loans.
users on their
That's-
Amex cards and sending him Amex cards.
It's one thing if you give somebody money, like, okay, you know what? I got you this and that. Like cash.
No, they were taking out loans.
$50,000 like a day. Like he was spending like crazy. He was like 10,000 here, 20,000 there, and
because they're also thinking he's rich and he's gonna give it right back.
Right.
That's OD. Literally.
Now the one girl got him back though. She sold all his clothes.
Okay, somebody told me that.
Yeah, he thought that she was gonna give him the money, and she played.
Wait, so she was like in his house?
No, she told him like once the shit hit the fan, and she was like, "You need money? You got Balenciaga, Gucci, Dior.
Let's sell it.
Prada.
I'ma help you.
Oh, and
everything
she kept
he wore
the money.
was a label.
Yeah, she kept the money for the clothes that she sold.
She worked in retail. She worked in fashion. So she took all his clothes and cleaned them and pressed them and put them on eBay and sold them and kept all the money.
That was crazy. But I feel like this shit was badass.
These niggas are crazy.
The way this guy put this whole fuck what he did, fuck how they felt. The way he did this was genius. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? The way they can't come after me if I'm scamming her and she's giving me money and I'm paying for her with her money.
Yeah.
And technically, I'm just a liaison.
And guess who got to pay the money back?
Right, like
not the girls.
Now she's in debt.
Yeah,
she's
the women are in debt.
I'm not in debt.
That's why the one lady sold his clothes so she can get some of her money back.
Right.
And I heard that he had went to jail for like how long?
It's
like
not long.
Years.
He got sentenced to like 15 months and went to jail for like 4 months.
And he out now, right?
Yeah,
right. Because
he's actually got an agent now, and
not an agent.
He's trying to do a podcast.
He's trying to do a dating show.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and he's actually charging.
No.
And he's charging people for like online classes.
Like life advice.
Online classes on how to be a swindler.
How to be a businessman.
On a smaller level, I want to ask the ladies here: have you ever used a guy just for money and got him to give you shit?
Absolutely.
100% many times now.
Okay, I'm gonna be the
Again, it's Monday and I'm wearing my Magic City hoodie, okay? Yes, I've used guys for money. Sorry.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Have you ever felt bad about it?
No, absolutely not.
No, I have.
I have to be the oddball and say I haven't.
Me neither.
I really haven't. And I'm actually mad about it. I'm mad that I haven't.
Listen, you still got time.
Exactly. I've never looked for someone to specifically use them for their money.
Same.
I've never met somebody and thought, I'm going to specifically use you for your money. It's them. They're like, oh, let me buy you this.
That is true. Guys do that.
Let me give you money.
Let me pay your rent.
Let me buy your watch. Let me take you shopping.
But you feel bad taking something from someone that you know you don't like.
She took that $40,000 Rolex and wore it proudly. What you mean?
No, I'm wearing
a
Cardi. But you know what? The Sky Dweller. Yeah, the Sky Dweller.
Wait, okay.
But I'm just saying, I felt, I feel bad because I know I'm not gonna give them anything in return. But that's their bad. I'm not asking for nothing. I never ask for anything. They're offering it, and I take it. And that's your fault because you think you could buy your way into the pussy,
and you can't.
I feel like first of all, men don't understand. Men like to throw around this term gold digger this, gold digger that. All pussy is expensive.
Period.
Pick one in your budget.
Okay.
Because
really though. Like you're speaking
one in your budget.
Because if you're not paying for a prostitute to fuck you, you're paying for your girlfriend's dinner, her nails,
but
you're paying the bills.
But there are some men that use women and get women to pay for shit for them.
Right.
Yeah.
They're called gigolos.
But that's a lot less common. I would say like the standard is the man taking care of the woman, whether it's right or wrong. I don't know. I don't care. But
would you pay for dinner?
Yeah, absolutely.
First of all, half these guys that's out here screaming gold digger ain't got no gold to dig.
No, that's the part though. That's really the part.
Gold diggers.
Like they really
because
she's
the guys who got money, they don't mind. They got the guys who got the money, they don't mind spoiling you every now and then.
It ain't tricking if you got it.
It's the guys that don't have it that's in fear.
Yeah, they always
take what they don't have.
Guys that will remember there was that guy, he kept buying me stuff. I was like, I don't want it. I had to be like, stop
sending me gifts.
Yes.
I don't want another Chanel bag.
Right, Ange? You don't feel bad? Like
I did.
Why you didn't want it?
Because I knew I wasn't gonna go out with him.
Right. That's where it becomes problematic because a lot of times they'll try to spoil you with these gifts and then start getting
that's scary.
It was obsessive.
Really
that's
pushy.
A little scary. You were scared?
I wasn't really scared, but you know what it was? He would be really nasty too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how guys get angry when you don't want to talk to them?
Oh, he was abusive.
Yeah, and then be mad.
Is.
Like, oh, so you're not
toxic
gonna... And I'm like, I'm good. I don't need anything from you if it comes with me.
Yes, a huge red flag. I'm happy you dubbed it.
Yeah.
Like,
so
he was trash.
I don't need that. And let's be clear, like I could buy it. You know what I'm saying? And guys will be like, oh, I can't buy you anything that you can't buy yourself. Everything you want, you just go and get it. It's like,
it's the thought that counts.
Yes.
It's a thought. I remember one time.
Yeah, I have the same issue.
My ex got me a Chanel bag for Christmas. I was like, oh, this is so sweet. And I opened up my other gifts and he got me a H&M shirt and it had Nicki on it. And I love Nicki Minaj, and that's the gift I cried over. You loved it even more. I lost my fucking mind. Like literally, it's literally the thought that counts.
Yes, like, it definitely is. It was a cute shirt.
Yes, literally.
That's true. Yeah.
Yep.
And he knew you loved yourself.
I used to live in London, but coming back to like the, using men for money. I don't do that anymore because again, I'm running a business now, and what I'm doing, this is a service that I provide. So I'm not scamming men for money.
Right. They
now.
know it's a price.
They're paying for something that I'm offering. Right. It's literally
you want me to
breastfeed
feed you? It costs.
Right. Right. It's a service.
You want to shit in your diaper? It costs.
Right. So, but when I was I was in college, every now and then had to go to England or somewhere to get a job, like a little summer job, get some money because it was hard financially. So I lived in England for a little bit, and I went with my friends, and we rented like this room. It was terrible. It's just terrible. But anyway, we had to.
Got hostile.
We had to rely on men like paying for our food. Like we were so broke.
You're like, I will go on a date with you
that I couldn't afford food. Like,
so you was going on dates with guys.
Yeah, so we were. Yeah, literally.
Now I definitely have done that.
Wow.
I have definitely gone on dates when I was younger because I was hungry and broke.
Yeah, right. And then get a taxi,
Angela,
and then
you
maybe
used somebody. Okay,
I did. That's
me.
But I also wouldn't have gone on a date with somebody that I didn't like at all.
Yeah. Right. Okay. No. Yeah. I didn't do that either. But it was like let's just say my standards weren't that high.
Right.
Yeah. It was just like an all right guy.
That's what you had to do at the moment. Yeah.
Right. And then I would get him to pay for like my Oyster card, which was for the subway, and then pay for like a little dinner here and groceries there, and paid the rent, and like I had to because I feel like we were not before we got a job, because the way we went to England. We didn't have a job. We just flew to England.
We're going to figure this out.
and we got a
men,
room.
you know what's crazy? Men, it's harder for them to do that. Like as women, I feel like we can go to the club with no money.
Oh yeah, you come back drunk and you have extra $300 in your pocket.
So
right.
Like
men
not
can't
spend
do
a
that.
dime. Literally. No, they got to show out a little bit. They got to do their thing.
Like what would you do if, now that you're single, if you were in a club and a guy was there and you were like, oh, you going to buy me a drink? And he was like, I'm going to be honest, like, I don't really have it like that right now. I've been having some financial difficulties.
Okay. So 2 things. I would respect that.
Okay.
If he was honest.
Right.
Okay, like honestly, I can't like really, I can't do that right now because this and that, da. I'll respect that. Yeah, like I'll respect that. Like, okay, heard you.
I would respect it too, but I'm be like, all right, so see you later.
I wouldn't respect
it like this.
I respect you though.
I respect the honesty though. But I had somebody do that to me before. Recently.
What?
Yeah, with a hookah. A fucking hookah.
He couldn't pay for the hookah?
Me and my friends went out. He bought one hookah and he goes, I'm like, yo, you buying another hookah? He's like, no, I only got money for one. I'm like, oh, okay. So and then was literally running me down the whole night for some pussy. Like,
oh my God.
No, like for one hookah.
I'm like, yo, like you in my face, like literally like saying that. I'm like, yo, like get out my face.
That's
like,
a bum. That's broke and dusty.
Like what?
Broke and dusty.
A hookah?
He like, give me 20 of what's the little things you put in the attachments? Give me 20 for this one hookah.
No,
so we
really
can all
though. Like that is not okay.
Let me tell you why I wouldn't respect this, even the honesty. The reason why is because if you don't got it like that, why the fuck are you in the club? And why are you hollering at me?
Right.
I'm sorry. you don't have money for a drink. We're not talking about rent. We're not talking about a car.
No,
note.
seriously, like
We're
you got
talking
bigger
about a drink.
problems.
Right.
You have bigger problems.
Right. Take
Go-
your
If
ass
you can't buy me a
inside.
drink, then you
Go
can't feed
home.
yourself.
Like, what are you
Now
outside
hungry.
celebrating?
So are you
If
saying
you don't
that
have no money, you shouldn't even get
literally,
one hookah.
bumness.
right? Are you saying that you're homeless because if you don't have $15 or whatever? I'm sorry. Maybe you need to get your priorities
Well, how
straight.
much is hookah?
It
Like-
depends on where you at. At my
It does depend on where you at. It
$30.
depends.
yeah,
How much?
at my club they
Like
50.
30, 45.
It depends if you get the pineapple.
Okay.
Yeah,
What
it goes
flavor
up.
you get.
Yeah,
maybe you
it
should
depends on
stay
where you
home,
are.
man.
Yeah, it depends on where you at.
Yeah.
Maybe
But
you
I
should
would
stay
say
home.
between $30 and $60.
Yeah, I
Which
mean,
is
if you go
like-
to like a hookah spot that is
It's
like
cheaper.
a specialty, it
But
could
in
go
the strip
from
club-
anywhere from like $30 to $110.
Let me ask you this:
especially
when
in
you're
New
out
York.
with your
Yeah.
friends, do you pay for everything since you got money like that?
No. I don't pay for everything, thank God. But they definitely like pitch in. You mean my girlfriends?
Yeah, your girlfriends.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, we like pitch in. I would pay for everything though. I have done it.
Okay.
Because I'm like, you know what? Like I haven't been outside with my girls in a while. Like I love them. Like let's just live it up tonight. Nobody worry about nothing. Let's just bust it up. So I do that sometimes,
Right.
but not all the time.
Angela feeds us all the time. Thanks, Ange.
I love that.
She always
But you want to know
We
what?
all work too. It's all work related
friends
too.
are
I'm gonna
like-
write y'all off. Don't
It's
worry.
a write-off,
I'm gonna
right?
write y'all off.
My friends are like super stubborn and like they have really big egos, so they don't even want me paying for them.
Right.
Like they don't want it. They're like, no, like what? This like I don't want that. Cause they knew me before I was who I was.
Right.
So they really just try to like make sure that they don't want to use me. But I'm like, you
And
my
I always
bitch.
been like super generous with people. I remember when I was younger, my friend went to law school when we graduated, and I like really wanted her to come with us to Miami. I paid for her trip, even though I didn't even have it like that.
I did that too.
But I was like, I
before.
want you to come. Like that's
I love that. I did that too before. I love it.
Well, listen, I really appreciate y'all. This was really fun. And you know what we're gonna do, Romy? Do we get to keep this?
Yes.
Maybe we'll give this away to one of our
To the boys.
yeah, to one of our listeners. The
One of the
guys in here are
boys.
so mad. We're not giving it to y'all.
Oh, one
Sorry,
of the
Anthony.
listeners,
Sorry,
we're going to
man.
do a giveaway.
Yeah, we're gonna mail this out to someone. This Romi Chase.
But what do they got to do to get it? Let's make it
Stroker.
spicy.
Get it right.
Let's
They
make it
gotta
spicy.
subscribe.
No, they gotta subscribe.
They got to
her
subscribe to all
OnlyFans.
3 of our OnlyFans.
Yes, exactly.
Because we got one too.
Period. And they gotta subscribe to my YouTube channel.
That's right.
Right.
They can get their makeup
And they got to
tutorial.
subscribe to a Lip Service YouTube channel. Angela's YouTube channel.
Exactly.
And Twisted Saints. Let's talk. What does that name mean?
So it just means that you're just a twisted person. Like you're just
That's
in this
us.
world. That's us on this podcast right now. You're just in this twisted world, just being yourself and just honestly, I'm trying to create this whole like universe where people could just like do what they want, like really just wear what they want, do it how they want, not care about judgment, not care about what nobody else thinks. And I kind of wear really like kind of crazy outfits sometimes. So I'm trying to put that aesthetic into my brand.
Well, we love it. We love how you dress.
Thank
Super
you.
cute.
Thank you.
Well, and are you going to use your vibrator?
Yes, I am going to use it.
You gotta let us know how it
Yeah,
felt.
please.
I'll update you guys.
Yes, please.
I'm going
I
to
want you to try it
update.
again because you said it felt good, but you just
Yeah, it was good, but it just didn't like do
Like you didn't come from it?
No.
Oh yeah, I mean you definitely got to give
You
it
really
a
think
shot.
so?
Yeah.
The
keep
orgasms
looking
from
at
a
this
vibrator
part.
are crazy.
I keep
Like,
looking at this part like, is that a dildo?
I feel like that could be a good addition to the Twisted Saints family.
You think so?
Like a fashionable vibrator.
Imagine.
it is pretty now.
Yeah, it's pretty. I
Yeah.
think if you did like some pretty ones,
It is pretty.
the platinum edition.
It is pretty. It really is. I'll update you guys on that.
All right, good. We're going to be checking for that.
Yeah.
You're going to do a vlog about it?
I will.
And of course, Romi Chase, thank you so much. This is your first time in New York, so
Yes, it is.
I hope you have a good time. Shout out to Lainey Spicer too, who
Yes,
brought you through.
Lainey,
Our
we
girl,
love
Miss
you.
Lainey. We love you. And this was fun.
Yes,
Yes.
it was so much fun. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. I had a
you
blast
for coming.
for
Lip
sure.
service.
I really did have a blast. You guys are so
We ready to
fun.
go wrestle.
Yeah, let's go wrestle. Let's go. I need. I
We need
have
to
a
wrestle
couple
a
men
98
that you
pound.
have to body slam, and I'm serious.
She's like, I'm not even
I
playing.
swear.
I have some puny 98-pound man for you to slam.
Literally, though.
Lip service.